It was one of those mornings when everything seemed to go wrong. I missed my bus, spilled coffee on my blouse, my heel broke halfway to work. And to top it off, I was late for a meeting that could decide my future. So there I was, standing by the side of the street, holding my shoe in one hand and my dignity in the other, when I saw him. An older man sitting by the bakery, holding a cardboard sign that read, "Just hungry, not hopeless." Something about that line stopped me. Most people walked past him, but I couldn't. Maybe because his eyes weren't asking for pity. They were just tired, but kind. I don't know what came over me, but I walked up and said, "Come on, let's get you some breakfast." He looked startled, then smiled. "Are you sure, ma'am? You look like you're the one who needs saving today." We both laughed. Inside the cafe, he ordered just a simple coffee and toast. I told him to get whatever he wanted, but he shook his head. "I don't need much, just a little warmth." We talked for almost an hour. His name was Arthur. He said he used to work in construction before everything fell apart. Health problems, family gone, and then the streets. But what amazed me most was his spirit. He didn't sound bitter. He said, "You can lose everything, but you never lose the power to be kind." When I left, I slipped a few bills into his pocket when he wasn't looking. He tried to give them back. I told him, "No refunds on kindness." He laughed again. And that was it. Just a moment between two strangers. Or so I thought. The next morning, I walked into the office building where I worked as a junior assistant. Everyone was acting strange, whispering, straightening their clothes, rushing to look busy. Our director told us, a new investor's coming to meet the staff. Big opportunity for the company. When the elevator doors opened, my heart nearly stopped. It was him. The same man I'd bought breakfast for. Clean-shaven, wearing an expensive suit, and surrounded by people who looked like they'd follow his every word. For a moment, I thought I was losing my mind. He caught my eye and smiled the same gentle smile. Then he said, "Good morning, Miss Emily. Thank you again for breakfast yesterday." The room fell silent. Everyone turned to stare at me. I felt my knees weaken. He walked over and said, "This young lady reminded me yesterday that humanity still exists in the world. I was testing something." He went on to explain that he wasn't homeless. His real name was Arthur Bennett, founder of Bennett Holdings, one of the biggest private investors in the country. He had been spending weeks visiting cities in disguise, searching for people who would show kindness without expecting anything in return. Then he said something I'll never forget. Money builds buildings, but kindness builds people, and people are what matter most. He looked at me and said, "Emily, you showed me that kindness still lives in the city. I'd like you to work with me in my foundation for social impact." I couldn't speak. Tears just fell before I could stop them. Everyone applauded, and I stood there, overwhelmed, shaking, still trying to believe it was real. A week later, I left my old job and started working at his foundation. We helped fund shelters, job programs, and food kitchens. Every morning, Arthur greeted me with the same smile. And every time he did, I remembered that broken morning, that spilled coffee, and how one small act of kindness had changed my life forever. So if you're listening to this, maybe this story finds you on a hard day. Maybe you're tired. Maybe the world feels unkind. But remember this. You never really know who you're helping. And sometimes the hand you reach out to might just be the one that pulls you toward your destiny. Because kindness always finds its way home.